Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are building a lakeside cabin in the Highlands just to the southeast of New Asgarth on a small lake. Today's video was suggested by EvilBong420 on my Yamatai Fort build video, so thank you very much for the suggestion. I have already previously made a lakeside cabin, but looking back at it now I'm really not happy with how it came out. Aside from the roof design, which was fairly unique, I think the build is pretty boring and could do with something a little bit more interesting. So this is a good opportunity to make up for the flaws of that design. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, we're going to start off with the base plate. I'll be using a mix of stone brick and insulated wood to create a 2-tile wide bridge to the cabin, which will be of a rectangular shape. I first marked out a border around the entire cabin with stone brick, which will be a 1-tile wide terrace around the entire structure, then using insulated wooden foundations inside the stone brick to create the wooden floor of the cabin. I also used stone brick again at the back left of the build to create a circular platform. I've made this sort of platform many times, usually as the base of a tower. However, this will serve as a small outdoor pool of sorts. To set this up, I built the circular platform to the same height as the rest of the foundations, so it was sat just above the water. I then removed a single layer off the top so you could stand in the water about ankle deep, then removing the inner wedge circle area so you could be submerged in that area. I then placed fences around the pool, stairs on the walkway leading to the pool, and inverted wedges in the centre. Next, for the walls. Utilising insulated wooden walls, frames and door frames, I built the walls on the ground floor 2 tiles high, splitting the floor into 3 distinct sections, those being the corridor from the front to the back door, a smaller room in the front middle of the build next to the door, and a slightly larger room next to that previous room. I would eventually split the corridor with a staircase, but we will get to that later. When the walls are placed, I then place stone brick ceilings atop the walls, afterwards placing 1-tile high walls atop the ceilings for the first floor. Next, for the staircase. This is what I mentioned earlier where I cut the corridor with the staircase. I placed the stairs on the back side of the build to go to the first floor, with a doorway separating the corridor. I used ceilings, walls, sloped and inverted slope sides to properly cover the staircase and separate the corridor, closing the staircase itself into its own sort of self-contained corridor so that you can't really see any of the floor below it, with a small storage space underneath the ceiling between the 2 stairs on the ground floor. Next, for the roof and balcony. I used the walls and slope sides to build up the sides to mount the roof onto, which would come to a flat apex. At this point I completely forgot about the roof and for some reason decided to build a small balcony before mounting the roof, which was just composed of some wedge ceilings from either side of the door for 1 tile in width. After that I remembered what I was trying to do and I then mounted the roof. I used thatch roofing as I felt like thatch is a nice material to mix with warmer tones like wood and stone brick, and also fits the green surroundings of New Asgarth quite well. I had to use the wooden wall caps atop the flat apex of the roof mounts, then using thatch rooftop pieces to cap off the roof and make sure it was properly closed. Next, I used square and corner thatch awnings around the perimeter of the cabin on the terrace to provide some cover from the sun, placing fences between each awning to ensure some safety so you won't just fall into the water. I also then lined the bridge with fences, of course for the same reason. It was at this point I remembered that I'd forgot to actually create rooms on the first floor, so I went back in and split the floor down the middle into 2 rooms between each door to access the balcony. I then placed some fences around the balcony. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. Approaching the build, I've used protected and bracketed torches to light the build throughout. Entering through the door on the right hand side, we have access to the stairs and the adjacent room. Entering the kitchen, this is a very simple setup that allows for a variety of cooking practices and processing of animal and plant byproducts. No fancy servants here, unfortunately. It can get a little bit lonely up here in New Asgarth. Heading through the door into the second part of the corridor, we're storing a variety of goods underneath the stairs. Entering the dining room, this is a fairly simple room that provides a place to sit and dine, either alone or indeed with guests. Heading upstairs, we end up in the small storage area. This features a variety of cupboards, some chests and an artisan table for some minor crafting. Entering the bedroom, this is the most luxurious room in the house, with a large writing desk, a comfortable double bed, and a variety of storage and decorations. This is a nice cosy bedroom. From either upstairs room we can access the balcony from the door, which looks across the Highlands towards New Asgarth. Finally, heading out the back door, the outdoor pool. I added some benches for seating in the pool itself, covering them with awnings to mitigate the glare of the sun. The central and of course deepest part of the pool has a clear view of the sky, and overall this pool is just a nice little feature that takes advantage of the house's location. And there we have it, a lakeside cabin in the Highlands of the Exiled Lands. Thanks for watching, and again a big thanks to Eaglebong420 for requesting this build and giving me a build that I could use to improve on the flaws of my last lakeside house build. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you have any suggestions for future builds, please do leave them below. We already have plenty of builds to get through for this month and the majority of next month, but if you suggest it and I haven't already built it yet, it will get done. Don't forget to join the fun on our Discord through the link in the description too. We are currently working on a massive project which I'll be revealing hopefully either this week or next week, so feel free to join our friendly community for a sneak peek of either that project or the regularly scheduled content here on the channel. Speaking of the channel, don't forget to take a look through my content and subscribe if you like what you see. Turn on post notifications to be the first to see the next video, and join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.